Yeah, let's go. Thanks for joining, everyone. So let me share my screen. So what we've been doing these past few weeks, if you haven't joined, is we've got 100 festive Christmas campaign ideas, and we're doing 12 a week, 12 days of Christmas. So it seemed like a perfect number to do. So we're about halfway through. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through from number 49 to 60 today. So let me just share my screen, and then you can obviously see what it is that I'm actually talking about, rather than talking about the ideas. So what we do is we go through, we'll have a look at the campaign ideas, and we'll not only kind of look at the ideas, but we'll kind of bring them to life a bit. So please do pop in the Q&A what type of business you're from, because what we can do as we look at the ideas is we can kind of look at it from the perspective of your business, and really look at how you in particular could use these ideas in your Christmas campaigns. And then what we'll do is we'll hop into Maybe and actually show you then how Maybe can then take that idea and bring it to life. So obviously, if you pick an idea, you can go into Maybe and you can use the AI to kind of create posts, start to build a campaign, even create images. So it's very much Christmas magic on a Wednesday, isn't it, Sarah?
Cheers, I love it.
So this, we'll share this afterwards, obviously, but this is the download of all of the Christmas ideas. So we've gone right the way through to 48 so far. So if you've missed the previous webinars, as we said, we'll share this afterwards, but you can also rewatch the webinars too. So obviously we'll send you the link for that as well, but they're all on our video hub, so you can actually go back and have a look. But you can see the ideas that we've had so far. So we've got kind of gift guides, giveaways, showing behind the scenes in your business, which is great to show kind of your Christmas prep, and sort of gives that team element to your content too, which people do love. Christmas trivia. So there's lots of great ones already, but I'm not saying we've done the best ones already. We've still got lots to come. Elf on the Shelf, ugly sweater day, doing sales by lives, Christmas puzzles. There's loads, and obviously, you know, you wouldn't pick all of these for your campaign. What you do is you go through and you'd say, right, these are my favorites, these are the ones that I'm actually going to do. But just to run through what we've done so far extremely quickly, just so you can see there's lots to choose from. So we've got throwbacks. So if you've got some great pictures of, you know, your store in a previous winter, you know, covered in snow, get those throwback pictures out and obviously really add to that Christmas spirit. But this is where we got to last week. So we did up to Christmas story time. So we're going to start just here on number 49, which is product how-tos. So this is a great one. Obviously, it's great to share your expertise on your socials at any point, you know, show people how to use what you actually offer. But at Christmas, I suppose there's two elements to this. The product how-tos could either be how to kind of use one of the gifts that you've bought for somebody, or it could be just a special Christmas hack, something that's going to make your Christmas prep easier. But it's really kind of bringing to life and demonstrating what you offer and how it can actually help people with their Christmas, either, as I said, the Christmas prep, or obviously a gift that you've bought someone, and kind of, because we've all been there, haven't we, just trying to find the batteries or the screwdrivers on Christmas Day, trying to assemble or get something working. And yeah, therefore this is exactly the type of content that can obviously help out. So
it's quite nice. Yeah, I mean, you could be a fashion retailer. It could be how to dress for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, you can do things like that. You could be a hardware store, for example, and you could do some Christmas kind of, you know, recipes, or if you do cookware, that kind of thing, or, you know, demonstrate the turkey baster.
Yeah.
All sorts of funny, lovely things, but it's just nice. And, or, you know, even how to, if you're really good at wrapping, do a how-to on how to wrap beautifully.
Yes.
That's always a real winner. People love that. It's really engaging and it's fascinating. Yeah,
it's a bit like ASMR as well, isn't it? Because if you kind of have a video of you kind of rapping, just even the sound of it as well, I think would really come across well on socials, and then you can get your gifts looking as good on the outside as they do on the inside. Yeah, I like that one. So it doesn't have to be you know, a DIY store or something, does it? Although it works really well for that type of business. As you say, it could be any type of business. It could be clothing. It could be anything if you're going to do gift wrapping. So it's just showing someone how to get the most out of their gifts, items, everything. So yeah, and obviously videos are so engaging. So that's a nice one. The number 50, any business could use this one, a gingerbread house contest. So yeah, you're encouraging people to actually share their creations. If you want to check in a lovely prize as well, it could be you know, a money off voucher, a free coffee if they come and buy a cake with you, whatever it actually is. But it just encourages your audience to kind of engage and share pictures, because quite a few people do this, especially if they've got kids, obviously. So you know, encourage people to share the pictures, and you know, as I said, throw in a tasty prize, and hopefully you'll get, you know, your audience talking on your social posts then. And that's definitely one that any business could actually use.
It's quite fun, isn't it? I've got lots of friends who are far better parents than I am. And they yeah, every year their children, then they, you know, or grandchildren or whatever, will come round and they make these amazing gingerbread houses.
Yeah.
I mean, really good. Although, I mean, some of them are slightly hysterical, but I mean, you could have such good fun with it. And it's a really nice way to engage your audience, actually, isn't it? It's a bit quirky, and yeah, I think it's really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Mine always, they never turn out very well. I look at the picture on the box and think, yeah, I can do that. And then no, yeah, my son and I never, but it's just the fun, isn't it? So yeah, but as you say, some people really get them on point though, and I'm very impressed. But yeah, that's not me, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a nice one. And any business could use it, obviously. And holiday gift tags. So this particular caption mentions printable holiday gift tags. So obviously this is something that kind of an online business could use, you know, like if you're selling printables, that sort of thing. But you even could turn that into, you know, tips on how people could create their own, because obviously, you know, that kind of handmade element of Christmas is lovely, you know, rather than going and buying some, you know, kind of make your own. And again, do a video, show people how to do them, get the gifts looking great. So that's a nice one.
Yeah, you could create your own gift tags and put them in the bag with every purchase.
That's a lovely idea.
I remember doing years ago now, when my kids are pretty much all grown up, but we used to have this secret Santa room at primary school, and us mums would go in, the kids, they'd buy loads of things, and the kids would have £1 to spend. And they could buy a present for 5 members of their family. And then us mums would all line up, you see, and we'd have wrapping paper cut out to the right size for each different type of gift. And it was literally like a production line. We'd wrap them all for them and put their little gift tag on and go. But it just made me think, actually, having that, if you've got a range of gifts that you know you're going to sell multiples of, actually cut the wrapping paper to the right size and put the gift tag in and maybe a little bow, and then say, there you go, there's your wrapping.
Amazing.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I like that. Yeah, I really like that. And it's just a lovely little tag. Oh yeah, I really, yeah.
And then you could combine it with the video on how to wrap, and then, you know, you talk about it in your social as a thing. You know, buy gifts from me and you get all the wrapping and everything ready for you. I just don't know, just a little idea.
Amazing. Yeah, I like that. Really like that one. Next one, Santa sleigh sale. So this works, you know, for most types of businesses again, in that it's basically saying everything on Santa's sleigh is now on sale. So you could have like a weekly sale. You could fill the sleigh with different items that you're going to offer, you know, a discount on or something like that, or buy one get one half price or something. But it's just a nice Christmas slant on, you know, a sale and special offers, but it also, you know, enables you to create some great images or videos for your socials, because obviously you can take some lovely snaps of all those lovely items in the sleigh. So
not everyone's got a sleigh, obviously.
No, I don't actually. So no,
I've got one. I could do with one. But what about I mean, we've got Image AI, haven't we, in the platform? You could create, you know, Santa's sleigh filled with, I don't know, socks or whatever.
I think we'll do that in a minute, Sarah. We'll have a look when we go in. That's one of the things we'll do. Yes, because you could Santa's sleigh full of socks or full of chocolates or whatever, and there's your image. Because as you say, yeah, not everyone's got a sleigh handy that they can just whip out at Christmas, have they? So yes, if you don't have a sleigh, AI can help. But yeah, it's a nice one. Either way, however you bring it to life. Oh, this goes to this is very much what you were saying, Sarah. Gift wrapping service. Don't have time to wrap gifts, we'll do it for you. You know, and obviously then that lends itself perfectly to some lovely videos and images. Videos definitely best here, I think, of you making those gifts look fantastic. But you could obviously take that step further and actually say, you know, either we can wrap it in store, or, you know, if we can pop it in for you, it's all there for you. So not only if you buy from us, you get you know, the perfectly sized wrapping paper and bows and gift tags and everything. So I think gift wrapping is definitely a big one, because
I'm rubbish at it, Hannah. Honestly,
I find I start well and then it becomes more of a chore, doesn't it? And therefore the quality definitely deteriorates as I go on.
well, yes, and you get things that are funny shapes. I mean, you know, have you ever tried wrapping a football? Not, it's no fun.
You can't do it neatly, can you? No. Yeah, the nice square or rectangular presents, I'm totally ready for those. But, you know, no, not the funny shaped ones. Yeah. So if you can take that pain away from people, then you know, do it. Absolutely. Winter skincare tips. This is a nice one. Obviously, this is going to be, you know, for a particular type of business. So, you know, it might be a beauty business, hairdressers. But this is sharing tips on how you can keep your skin looking lovely in the winter. But obviously, this is also then giving people gift ideas, you know, so obviously share some tips, but clearly show, you know, the products that you've got that can really help. And that's not only giving tips to people to look after their own skin, but obviously it's also giving tips, you know, in terms of what can they buy for people. So that's a nice one. And it's just a slightly different thing. So, you know, obviously you're not just promoting the product, you're actually sharing some ideas, tips, you know, just to keep people looking lovely through the winter, because it does take its toll.
Yeah, that's nice. And it's also, you know, even if you kind of direct it to, you know, husbands and boyfriends and so on, because, you know, I think skin, you know, but I love a beauty product. Somebody buys me a beauty gift, because it's not something you spoil yourself with very often, but, you know, a beautiful hand cream or a really nice night cream, or something with the, you know, anything that suggests it's going to get rid of wrinkles. Love it. Yes, please, want that. But, you know,
yeah. But it's just those little, it's those treats that you wouldn't necessarily buy for yourself, but if someone buys it for you. So this is where, yeah, you're definitely appealing to anyone, obviously, but husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, to buy for someone else is definitely there. But you're kind of packaging up, look at our fabulous products in a sharing winter skincare tips like post, aren't you? So yeah, that's a good one.
Especially organic products and things. Or you could be a nutritionist, and it could be, you know, the perfect foods to keep your skin.
Yeah, of course, great idea, because it's not all about what you put on your skin, is it? It's obviously what you put inside too. So yeah. Next one's Christmas movie night. So everyone loves a Christmas movie, or most of us do anyway. So this is where you can just get people talking on your socials by asking them to share their favorites, share some trivia, share some did you knows, just to get people engaged. This is definitely something that, you know, most people cozy up at certain points over Christmas, pop a film on, sit on the sofa, and that's part of Christmas, really, isn't it? So if you can kind of bring that into your socials and get them talking, get them sharing, that's a great thing. Yeah. So obviously, to find things like Christmas trivia, you can go online, or I'm just going to make a note, because that's the next one we'll ask for the AI, I think, as well, Sarah.
That's a good idea.
Film trivia. Let's see what it comes up with. There we go. We've got our two things to look at. Unless, of course, anyone on the call is looking at any of these ideas as their favourites and they'd like us to look at those, please do pop it in the Q&A if you would like us to. But otherwise, we've made a note of Santa's sleigh. So obviously that was the AI image generation, and then Christmas film trivia. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Next one's stocking decorating. So getting people to share photos of their creatively decorated stockings. So again, it's just getting people sharing some of their Christmas prep. You could obviously share some of the decor that you've got in your store. But here with this particular post, it's actually packaged this up as a giveaway, so you can obviously offer a prize for the best entry. But again, it's just getting people sharing, you know, what they're actually doing at Christmas, and just getting that engagement boosted on your socials by sharing some great images. But if you throw in a giveaway and a prize, clearly that is, you know, is much more likely to get people involved if there's something that they could possibly win by sharing. So that's a nice one.
Stocking filler ideas, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
ideas, things put in stocking. So, you know, that's always nice as well.
Definitely. Because you always get kind of, or often get stuck for just those few little extra bits that you want to get, don't you? So I think if you can put those on your socials, then yeah, brilliant. Then 57, we're flying through these today, flying through on our sleigh. Christmas book club. This is kind of building a bit of a Christmas book club online. So, you know, just asking people to share their favorite books. You could run a book club and obviously read a certain book each week, you know, obviously encourage people to read that book and then share their thoughts afterwards. But it's just part of just diving into Christmas stories and Christmas fiction up until Christmas. So if that's relevant to you, you don't have to be a bookstore. Clearly for a bookstore, that's perfect. But, you know, you could just be any sort of retailer that's just got a lovely engaged following that you think, you know, would be interested in doing something like this. You know, you don't have to be a book retailer to run that one, but clearly it fits perfectly for that type of business.
That's quite nice, isn't it? Sort of even sort of fashion retailer, it's sort of getting your customers to come together as a community, because of course, you know, within the platform you can post to Facebook groups if you're an admin of one.
Yeah.
So you create your own book club group, Facebook group, and then I don't know, I mean, it depends whether you're into books, but it could be about, you know, books around fashion, or it could be books, or you might have a typical genre or cookery books, or, you know,
that's perfect for a Facebook group. Yeah, that really would fit well for a Facebook group, wouldn't it? Because you've already got that kind of closed community, haven't you? That kind of loyal community in your group that then you can share that. Yeah, I like that. Amazing. And then next one's Christmas Kids Craft Corner. So it's great to offer something like this, you know, to keep the kids entertained while the parents are shopping. So you could just have a nice little corner with some stuff for the kids to do while the parents are maybe browsing in the store. That would work well for a coffee shop, a restaurant, that sort of thing as well. So, you know, because of course, when you're out shopping, you've clearly got to stop for a festive coffee and something to eat. So that works well for pretty much any type of business. I think you could put a nice little setup in the corner, something for the kids to do while the parents are obviously, you know, Christmas shopping or enjoying a well-deserved coffee and break from Christmas shopping, either way.
Even just do it on stories.
Yeah, and you could show kind of the ideas. Yeah, definitely. So that's a nice one. And it's not directly promoting what you do, but it's just showing your customers that, you know, if you come and shop, we've got something for the kids to do as well. So they're not going to be kind of grabbing everything off the shelves and throwing them in the basket as you're kind of trying to shop, and put the things back on the shelves as you're trying to get the bits that you need. So yeah, that's a lovely one. And we've got a couple left. So 59, Christmas cheers. This is about sharing your favorite drinks, moments with people on social. So obviously you can share some kind of cocktail tips and that sort of thing, but just get people talking. You know, most people have got kind of a favorite drink over Christmas. Some people have got a drink that they never get any other part of the year, but at Christmas that's what they always get in, you know, or maybe a special Christmas cocktail that they always make for everybody. But yeah, you know, that's a nice one. And it says there you can include like a collage of holiday drink photos. So, you know, it's just, again, you know, Christmas is all about family, getting together, enjoying food, drink, that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's a nice one to share some ideas, but also get people sharing their favorites too. What's your favorite Christmas drink, Sarah?
I love a Baileys, but traditionally as a family, we always make, my parents, my grandparents, so we always made damson gin in the autumn, and we would
Nice.
open it. You'd have your first taster of the season at Christmas. The damson
Oh,
gin would come out, and I'm a
lovely.
bit of a sucker for damson gin. Very nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My grandma used to make that. Yeah. And I remember it was lovely. Obviously, I wasn't like 5 when I used to drink it. I was older. Yeah. So just to clarify that this isn't young me. Oh, yes. I got to admit, yeah, I think Bailey's is a lot of people's like go-to because it's just that lovely Christmassy feeling to that. But I do like a glass of champagne as well. It's always.
Oh,
Sarah's like, don't get me started on the champagne.
I'll tell you, I'll give you all a top tip. Probably shouldn't really, but Aldi's champagne is absolutely fabulous.
Have they got? Is there any one particular type or?
Yes, Monsigny Verve, and if you had it next to a Verve Clicquot, I tell you, I kid you not, you would not know the difference.
Really?
Fantastic. 14.99 a bottle means you can have 2 for 1, in my opinion.
Exactly. You can drink twice as much. Obviously, drink responsibly and sensibly, people. But I walk past Aldi if I need to go out and do errands at lunchtime. So I may need to pop in now, Sarah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Amazing. But last one, virtual Secret Santa. This works well for a Facebook group too, I think, because this is all about kind of community, but it's saying, does anyone want to join our virtual Secret Santa? And obviously Secret Santas work in that you've got a group of people involved, and randomly each person has got to buy one other person in that group a gift. Obviously secretly. And so that's a nice one for a kind of engaged community on social or a Facebook group or something like that. Or even your team could run one and you could kind of share stories of people opening their gifts. But yeah, who doesn't love a Secret Santa? So that's a really nice one. So that's our 12 ideas for today. So as I said, we'll obviously carry on next week. We'll get our way right the way through these 100 in the weeks leading up to Christmas. But what we'll do now, we'll actually hop into Maybe, and we will have a look at bringing some of these ideas to life. So as I said, if there's any that you really, really stand out that are your favorites that you'd like us to look at, pop it in the Q&A. But otherwise, we've got a couple of ideas that we'll have a look at just here. So your Maybe account should look very much like this. If you haven't got it set up yet, then we'll send you a link to hop on and get you onboarded and get you started with your free trial. But under Marketing, Social Planner, this is where you schedule all of your content. I'll go into New Post because this is where the AI sits. And then I'm just going to select a platform. So we've got Christmas film trivia. What we'll look at first, actually, we'll just look at the Santa sleigh image, and then we'll look at the Christmas film one afterwards. Or we could just look at both, actually, in terms of captions. So I'll just go into Generate with AI. Now, what we want is we want promoting a sleigh. So
You put promoting.
thank you. So we want oh God, good grief, that's because there's people watching. I should really pre-prepare these and then you haven't got to watch me making lots of typos.
Yeah, just a little look at the participants, and I feel like we've got this rather wonderful band of merry Christmas followers. It's so nice to see so many of you back again week after week. We really appreciate it, and I hope you find it fun. We love it.
Yeah, definitely. No, it is. It's lovely. I love this webinar because there is always a lovely group of people. Yeah, as Sarah said, thank you. So I'm just going to put I'm just going to put this because AI, you can put in something that doesn't sound great, and this is the whole point of it really, is it then will take these ideas and it will make it sound great. So it doesn't have to sound great when you actually put it in. So I'm just, and then keywords, you just put in anything, any specific terms that you obviously want to be included in the caption. I'm going to put 3. So writing tone. Let's go for excited. Although I did do grumpy again the other day, Sarah, as I'm sure you have a number of times, and I do love what grumpy comes up with, because it's just
so funny.
It's not grumpy in a way that you would
It's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, you wouldn't be offended by a post that was in grumpy tone. It's just, oh, it's funny. But let's go for excited, 2 variations. So we want, I might put in here actually. I'll put see the sleigh in store. And I know that doesn't sound great, but that's the whole point really, is you put in your idea and it then generates captions that do sound great. So you don't have to be great with words. You just have to have an idea, and then the AI will be great with words for you.
Oh, look at that. It never fails to amaze me. Every week we'll bring you a sleigh full of gift ideas that are too good to miss. From gadgets to fashion, there's something for everyone on your list. And the best part, these gifts are all on offer. Come and see the magical sleigh in store, overflowing with incredible deals and discounts. I mean, it's just brilliant, isn't it?
It's phenomenal. And we asked for 2, so we've got another one just here as well, so you can have a read, pick your favorite. You can even, if you think, well, I like this bit of that one and that bit of that one, you can copy and paste, like, you know, the bits that you want and put them over here. But that's great, isn't it? So let's go with this one. So you click copy and then click continue. It'll pull that caption through to here for us.
And then you can add, edit it and so on from there again.
Exactly. So I'll take that top bit out, because you'd want to include a call to action. You know, maybe something like, if you can't get in store, you know, we've got the collection of this week's gifts available online, you know, click here. So, you know, it's, you definitely want to put in some sort of call to action there. But then let's have a look at the image. So create image using AI. So a sleigh. I'm going to go with the socks idea, I think. A Christmas sleigh. I don't think it would come up with any other sleigh.
No, I don't think it would either, but let's be, the better you prompt it, the better the results you get.
Yeah, definitely. Christmas sleigh full of socks. There we go. And then let's go for colourful. You can obviously pick the style there, and you can pick one that stands out, that fits with your brand. And then sleigh full of socks. I like that. That sock's even got a hat on. It's lovely. You can obviously, you know, if you think actually I'd like to go for a different style.
Do stripy socks even.
Let's do stripy socks. Stripy socks.
Striped, maybe, might be better. I never know how to spell stripy.
No. Let's see what digital art comes up with. But this is where it's really clever. So, you know, obviously, if you have got a sleigh full of socks, you'll probably want to take a picture of the sleigh in your store. But
oh, that's rather nice.
That's a nice one, isn't there? Is that all socks just there?
It's a sleigh decorated with socks.
It is. Well, why not decorate it with socks too? So obviously, if you're using this, you can have a play. You can pick the bits that are, you know, your favorites. You can pick the ones that you're really drawn to. But let's just pick that one. And there we go. There's kind of our first post, you know. So we've taken one of those ideas and we've brought it to life. Well, we did mention the Christmas trivia, so I'll quickly have a look at that too. So we'll go into generate with AI again. Oh, I need to get rid of there. Let me just do generate new content. Okay, so obviously it keeps that because we're in that same post. So obviously you won't lose what you've put in if you want to tweak it, if you want to add a bit more detail to your description. But I'm going to put in Christmas film trivia. I'm going to put different posts. See what it comes up with. The great thing of it being live is you never know.
Yeah.
There, let's see. Let's go for.
Let's go, Grumpy. Come on.
Shall we go, Grumpy?
Let's go.
Let's go, Grumpy. Let's pick 3. Let's see what it gives us. Suspense. Oh, there we go. Look. Did you know that in the iconic movie Home Alone, Kevin McAllister wasn't originally supposed to scream when he applies aftershave? It was purely improvised by Macaulay Culkin. Well, I didn't know that. It's a Christmas favorite that I bet you there's a high percentage of people that watch Home Alone at Christmas. And yeah, love it.
The Elf as well. How about this one? In the classic film Elf, actually consumed copious amounts of maple syrup in every single scene featuring Buddy the Elf. Now that's dedication or just plain sticky.
That's brilliant.
Oh, joy, it's that time of year when we gather round and pretend to be jolly. Well, here's a little something for you Christmas film fanatics out there. Brace yourselves for some mind-numbingly trivial facts about your favourite flicks. Now, I'm sorry, but that would stop me scrolling and I would read the rest of the post because I just think it's really good.
I think the grumpy tone is the way to go with everything from now on. It does. It's just funny though, isn't it? It's not grumpy as in, but no, I love that. And obviously you've got 3 here. You could break that down into 3 different posts, you know, or you could use the 3 in one post, but we asked for 3 altogether. So it's kind of reworded. So you've got some different options here. But obviously what it's done is not only has it created the captions for you, but it's actually found the trivia for you too, you know, so you haven't had to Google those. So yeah, I love that. And that's it. And then obviously what we could do, I have no idea what the AI will come up with in terms of image, but we'll have a really quick look. Let's just see. Christmas films. Watercolor, that's always very pretty. I'll just show you this last thing, but clearly, you know, you can see the potential. Oh, it's a nice Christmas picture, isn't it? Lovely. We'll use that one. So basically, we've taken 2 ideas from our 100. We've created numerous captions. So you've kind of got the start of a Christmas campaign here already within minutes. And we've generated images for those. It's like magic. And then obviously you could schedule a follow-up comment, you know, so you could say in here, like, what's your favorite Christmas movie fact or Christmas movie trivia, just to get your audience talking too. And then obviously once your post's ready, you can post it now, you can schedule it, you can schedule recurring posts. But that's it, that's the start of your Christmas campaign. So I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you, Sarah. I hope everyone has too. I hope it's given people inspiration and some ideas they can take away. But we will share the download afterwards. We will share the link to book in to get you started with your free trial if you haven't done that already. And if you ever, you know, have any questions, please do get in touch. But otherwise, we'll take this, you know, forward again next week and we'll do number 61, the 12 on from there. Yeah, I hope that's been useful. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, it's been really nice. In fact, yeah, thank you for so many of you. Don't forget, if you want to come to the daily drop-ins, as you know, you've got Monday, Tuesday, more about the platform and social media prowess, and Thursday, Fridays for social media advertising. You just hit the magic blue button on the bottom right-hand corner of your maybe dashboard. I think Hannah's frozen. And, oh, there you are.
I think I was just very still listening to you, Sarah.
Can you click the bottom right hand?
Yes. Button? There we go.
You can see straight away there, second one down, search for help, live daily support with Maybe experts. You know, as a Maybe user, you have full access to our suite of social media training and advertising training, and there'll be all sorts of, you'll find there's lots of new features within Maybe now, so there'll be lots more drop-ins that you can come to. But yeah, good to see you, and don't be strangers. You've got your chat support, you've got us on a Wednesday, and all your other drop-ins.